I thought that getting a dumb phone and getting rid of my smartphone would make me feel more enlightened, make me feel like a genius, make me feel more connected to the world. But to be honest, I feel like it just has shown me how completely fried we all are. I posted a video a couple days ago about my experience and my journey in trying to find a dumb phone that would actually work for what I needed it to do. Because there's so many, it's a whole market, there's so many dumb phones out there that are basically just smartphones with, just a couple less things on them. Because a lot of the market in this sort of niche of technology for people who want to get rid of their smartphones is like, I want a phone that doesn't do anything except have Discord, Spotify, Maps, Waze, Uber Eats, DoorDash, every single app that's basically just not Instagram or whatever. And it's very tempting. It's very tempting to go that route because it feels more comfortable. It feels less like you're getting rid of your smartphone and more like you're just kind of replacing it with something that might be healthier. But I wanted to go the distance. I wanted to see what that's like. I wanted literally a flip phone, a cheap flip phone, and all I needed it to have was just a mobile hotspot just in case and Signal Messenger, and that's it. I still own my smartphone. I stripped all the apps off of it except for like banking apps and two-factor authentication stuff, and other than that, it just sits on my desk now, paperweight. But I settled on the TCL Flip Go, which it's kind of confusing because it's the same product as the TCL Flip 2, but the Flip 2 runs KaiOS, which sucks, and the Flip Go runs AOSP, which is just literally like Android, just a lightweight version of Android. And I wanted that because I could, mod it and shit. So I get the thing. I get Signal on there. It's working fine. So now I have this thing. I have this flip phone with me. I'm holding it right now, and yeah, it's great. I don't have anything to look at with the device in my pocket anymore, and it's still early on. It's a journey. It's still early. I don't know how this is going to shake out, but I just thought that this would make me so productive and I would get so much more done. And so far, all I have done is sit around and be like, wait, what was I doing with this time? Like, I'm sitting here just thinking. I'm sitting here, I'm doom scrolling my own thoughts instead. And it's like all I can think about is how much time I have wasted sitting staring at a square in the palm of my hand. Because the real thing that made me want to get rid of my smartphone, does anybody else know that feeling that you get when you've been staring at your phone, or I guess just a screen, for a long period of time? But it really hits the hardest, like for me, when I've just been staring at my phone, where you look up and you just feel this sort of moment of total like disconnect. Like it's almost like there's a film over your vision or something, where you're just kind of spaced out, walking around doing stuff for a little bit. I don't know, it's kind of hard to put into words for me, but it almost felt like when I was done looking at my smartphone and I put it back in my pocket and I'm going about my business, like for a little bit, there's still a subconscious pull on my brain to stay looking at it, or it's almost like my brain is still there. My brain is in my pocket with my phone while I'm moving about and doing stuff. And I just had this realization that I was like, oh my, I hate this feeling. This feeling sucks. Whatever this is terrible. So I'm trying to get rid of it. But the biggest difference that I've noticed so far in my everyday life is not some profound feeling of, deep connection with nature or some great feeling of presence. It's really just been like silence. Like everything is just dead quiet now. Like, to be honest, okay, so quick aside, I really hate dumb phone content, or most of the dumb phone content that is on like YouTube or the internet, because these people are genuinely so annoying with the way that they promote this technology. Like, oh, you feel more present and less stressed and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, but you sound kind of like an asshole. Like, you sound kind of condescending. Like, we're not all struggling with this bizarre attention economy that we're in. And the content just really turns me off from from this type of lifestyle. Honestly, it's like, I agree with you, but you're saying it in a way that's so cringe, it makes me not even want to engage with any of this. So I'm trying to come at this from an angle of like not being a total douchebag tool, spouting nonsense on the internet. So like in my everyday life, if I'm going about, doing something, making a meal, cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, I usually would have my smartphone in my pocket or on the countertop or something, either playing music or a podcast or an audiobook or something like that. But now, like for example, tonight I was whipping up myself some deep fried Oreos because I'm a fat chud and I love them. Like, you get a little pancake batter, you dip an Oreo in there, you heat it up in some oil, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh my God. Now, I realize this makes me sound like I'm a 600-pound freak. And shit, I might be. You guys don't know. I might be 600 pounds. Who knows? But I'm kind of milling around the kitchen doing this, and I'm consciously feeling almost like this pinging in my head, like this weird little resistance over the fact that I'm not like listening to anything or consuming any content in that moment. Like, I just felt uncomfortable a little bit, and it was really quiet in the kitchen, and it just made me feel weird. Like, my head felt weird. And I'm kind of realizing that it's like, damn, this is a very similar feeling just in my head to, not the physical feeling, but just the mental feeling to when I quit nicotine, right? Like this weird compulsion to just do something that I wanted to do, but was also trying not to do. And I was like, oh, it's literally just an addictive compulsion that I have. And it just got me thinking, because I was like, damn, everybody deals with this. This is every single person's life right now is dealing with some sort of attention compulsion to lesser or greater extents. But we're all addicts to technology. We just are at this point. It's just to lesser or greater extents. I'll never claim to be less addicted than somebody else or more addicted than somebody else. It's a personal battle for everybody, And I don't know, it's still early on. I'm literally just a couple days in, but I'm curious to see how the sort of externalization of all of my extra time will manifest itself. Like, I just have all this extra time available to me now because I don't really have a means to doom scroll something. And I did see somebody online say that they had lived for a year with no smartphone or anything, and they really felt like time kind of slowed down for them. Like, they felt their days feeling more full and like in a good way, not like it's slowing to a crawl boring, but it's like your day feels richer and more edifying. And, I hope that happens because I really feel like I've just been kind of ripping myself through space-time, glued to a screen, just tearing myself through there miserably. Because, like, nobody's happier when they're done looking at their phone for 45 minutes. It doesn't make anybody feel better about themselves, and yet we all do it, regardless. And nobody really judges anybody for being an addict. Usually different kinds of addicts will, judge each other. A weed smoker is going to judge an alcoholic, and an alcoholic is going to judge a chronic weed smoker. And those guys are both going to judge somebody who does pills, but the pillhead is going to judge somebody who uses intense narcotics. And, it goes down, further and further. But we're all screen addicts, so nobody judges anybody. But there's a couple pitfalls with that. There's the guy who tries to quit the smart technology and suddenly declares himself like a god amongst men, and he's just a smug asshole who's better than everybody else. And there's also the people who look at someone who's trying to quit using smart technology, smartphones, and they judge them and are like, well, you just think you're better than me because you don't look at your phone and goon 45 hours a day. But I don't know, I'm kind of rambling at this point. But all I'll say is that every minute that I don't spend giving myself over to technocratic billionaires who have optimized technology into a way that can steal everybody's time, every single minute that I can steal back from them feels like just a little bit of a victory to me. You know what I mean? I don't think we should judge anybody for their level of screen addiction, and I don't think we should judge anybody for the means that they take to try and get rid of their screen addiction, regardless of what that is. I hate the like, oh, just have self-control, bro. Just don't open it, bro. Like, doesn't work for me. I'm compulsive as hell, but we're going to see how this next attempt shakes out. I'm hoping I can stay off of the doom scrolling for hopefully the rest of my life. You know, I kind of just thought we'll see how this goes, but I kind of do hope that this can last forever. I really don't want to be stuck scrolling on my phone ever again because I hate that feeling. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I hope you guys are having the best day that you possibly can be having. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought, and I'm going to talk to you guys again pretty soon.